So if you went into an Indian restaurant and you had a photograph of this, would you order it?
I would.
Well, you need a bit of smelly vision maybe on top of it. It's very, very nice. What is it and how do you do it?
Those are vegetable samosas. So this is a masterclass in samosa making. And samosas are those sort of pastry parcels that have a curry filling, basically. You can put chocolate sauce and bananas in them, whatever. But this is such a freighted recipe, honestly, because Indians are very passionate about the way they make samosas and about their pastry. And phyllo pastry is a very unusual thing. We wouldn't do that in India, but it's something that you get in curry houses. And it's also very simple to work with, and that's why I wanted to do a phyllo pastry samosa for you. And I'm nervous because I don't usually cook with phyllo pastry.
No, but this is good because I feel like I would feel like I could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's involving phyllo, phyllo feels like quite an easy thing to take on.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because they are fiendishly difficult. I'm going to make the filling.
Oh, they are?
This. They are. No, phyllo is not. So phyllo is not, but generally samosas are.
Well, exactly that.
Really
and one of my favourite things to eat, but I would think I would never be able to even attempt a samosa.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why this is quite a nice cheat. So you start by making the filling. And it's a vegetarian samosa, this, and they are the most delicious. So they are usually vegetarian. They're usually made with potatoes and peas. I'm adding a little bit more in to give you a bit more flavour.
Nice.
We start by frying cumin seeds. And Rochelle, I go on and on about the way that we fry seeds, but we've got to fry to the point where you can smell they're citrus and woody, and they go really deep brown. So that's a sacred moment in the pan. You can taste them if you want, Amy.
Okay.
You can eat them before because I'm going to talk a lot. Then we throw in some fennel seeds. Now, fennel seeds are very traditionally used with a samosa filling because it just gives, you know, when you're cooking with pastry, it's quite hefty and it's quite sort of duvet-like. This gives the ingredients a real lift. So fennel
so it cuts through a little bit.
Yeah, and a seedy kind of hit. Right, now, we are going to go in with onions, ginger and garlic. My mother, when she found out I was cooking samosa fillings with onion, ginger and garlic, she had a complete hernia.
No.
Because you don't do that. But what it does is it's going to take you to that kind of curry house. It's a real instant flavour hit. Because traditionally, you would never cook a vegetarian curry with onions, ginger and garlic because it masks the flavour of the vegetables. Was that a good hand?
That was a please don't ask me to talk because I'm having a lovely time.
OK, good. Let me talk at you. That's great. So can you taste? It's quite a punchy filling. There's a lot of flavour going on there. And that's because we've got this really complex foundation of onion, ginger, garlic, as much as you want.
I eat a lot of veg, but even, like, my hubby that doesn't so much, you know, he likes meat with everything. You don't miss meat, for me, in that at all.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Potato in there.
It's got potato in it.
Yes, lovely.
I'm glad you like it.
That's why you don't miss the meat.
Yeah.
Do you know what the funny thing is, Eamon, is that I think many people have sort of lamb mince samosas, and they are delicious, but that's just an easy... I mean, you could put lamb mince into cardboard, it's going to taste good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's that weaving really good flavours into vegetables. I think that's where the Indian kitchen is at its strongest.
Right.
So, into this we go potato, and I'm putting some carrot in just to give you a bit of sweetness.
Bit of extra.
Bit of extra. And, OK, you would wait for those to cook down, but because I'm just showing you the ingredients, let's rush this bit through. And peas, samosa always has peas in it.
Yeah.
So peas and potato would be the traditional.
Peas and potato
carrot.
like one of my favourite things. Yeah, I'm happy.
When cooked
peas,
with these,
potato.
Yeah, potatoes are heaven. Right, now, into this, we throw garam masala, and the recipe is online. This is complicated, so I want to show you very quickly. Coriander powder, a bit of chilli, and a little bit of cumin powder. Right, let's get to the pastry, because I think I've got a couple of minutes to show you this. So you end up with this kind of a mixture. I'm going to add a bit of coriander leaf into that. You don't have to.
Fresh?
Fresh,
yeah.
Always. I have brushed this sheet of phyllo with butter.
Right.
We then take a second sheet, and let me move quite quickly. We brush that with butter, because then I'm going to show you my appalling pastry skills. Here we go. So we brush that with butter. I'm going to take a sort of 5 centimetre strip off the top. So let's just do that part. Right, now, this is how you do it. You cut along. It's not 5 centimetres, it's a lot more. You then take a good portion of your samosa filling like that. and you take that corner and fold it down over.
Right.
You can see that.
So you're sort of covering the...
Yeah, a little bit more butter. I mean, I might as well have deep-fried these, to be honest, but here we go.
Nicely done.
Nicely done, do you see?
Nice.
Yeah. You can't see that, can you? Can you see that?
Yeah, we've got it above you, that's
Great.
it. Oh, amazing. So you're just sort of continuously wrapping.
Exactly.
Like a step over in football. So
that's exactly
seamless.
what I thought, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going there with that reference too.
You can always, this is getting a bit brittle, so always keep your phyllo covered with a wet cloth because it kind of keeps it soft. Then we brush that with a bit of melted butter. OK, it's getting a bit frail around the edges, but that's fine. You get the idea.
Yeah.
We traditionally sprinkle with poppy seeds and sesame seeds. And that's it. That's it. Any filling you like, you pop into that, and then you end up, you put them in the oven about 200 until they go brown, and you end up with this. And they are lovely and flaky.
And they taste lovely.
They taste
so
gorgeous.
glad you like them. There you go. So you end up with that kind of a filling. Now, if you've got, honestly, spaghetti bolognese, if you've got any of the bolognese sauce left over,
that's a good idea.
chuck some garam masala in and put them into these phyllo parcels. So phyllo, you've always got in the freezer, or keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
It's really easy. And it's ready within minutes.
I like that.
There we go.
So the key is just the wrapping. The wrapping is you just got to get good at not stopping.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what the secret of phyllo is? Plenty of brushed butter.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
It's lamb Rogan Josh day.
Oh, gosh.
It's a big day. Now, we're going to cook with lamb shank. So you have one in front of you. This is a very,
Sorry, I've already stuck my fork in it. I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, Rochelle, just start and eat and let me just talk at you.
Rochelle.
You can switch off.
Did you wait for me so you didn't look as bad?
Well, as the viewers will know, I'm not normally one to sample what goes on here. But
yeah, right.
because you're here, I'll do that. I've got Ruth will have everything finished, so I have to sort of dig in. Smells beautiful.
Good, I'm glad.
What's the aroma? What am I getting here?
The smell that you're getting is onion, ginger, garlic, which are the building blocks of any meat curry. Let me tell you, this is a lamb shank Rogan Josh.
Yeah.
And a Rogan Josh was historically a Kashmiri dish. So if you imagine Kashmir, beautiful mountains, goats, sheep in the way that you don't really get sheep in India because it's too woolly and it's too hot, you can imagine. But they used to cook beautiful, beautiful, deep red meat curries with meat on the bone, so very often with goat.
Right.
And lamb shanks like this. Now, Indians would never cook a meat curry without the bone in, I have to tell you that, and that's why the lamb...
What is the shank giving you? Why do you like it?
Good question. The bone is full of marrow, and the bone is full of flavour. And the other thing that the shank gives you is because it's a hard work, it's part of the limb, and because the limbs are hard working, the muscles have become terse and they're full of flavour. So that's why it's a slow cook as well. So anything that's slow cooked, Amy, you're going to get a lot more flavour out of the meat. Onion, ginger, garlic, building blocks. Honestly, this is the one point at which you've got to really wait and get them nice and brown.
OK.
Because that encourages the sugars out of the meat, out of the onion, sorry. Right, in we go with our spices. Remember, the mother and father of all curry, turmeric and chilli. They just go into every curry.
As a standard.
As a standard.
Right.
So turmeric to give you that lovely earthy base, chilli to give you a tiny bit of heat. So
and turmeric's so good for you as well, isn't it?
Isn't it? And do you know what's really interesting? Turmeric is particularly activated. If you want turmeric to work its best, it's activated with black pepper. Which is in garam masala, but also ginger.
Ah, OK. So, because I was doing it wrong for so long, because I was trying to have it, you know when you have it in, like, little shots?
Yeah.
But then someone said to me, you need to activate the turmeric.
Yeah.
So I know, but now I know about this, yeah.
And at this point, all the Indians are laughing their socks off.
Are they? Oh, no. Is that like, come on, Rosh.
Activated. But it's true, you are right, Rochelle. It's black pepper or ginger, which we have in here. I put, so you'll notice a good note of cinnamon in there. I like a bit of cinnamon, a bit extra cinnamon, as well as the garam masala, which is in there. So here we go. Turmeric, chilli, garam masala, that will do. Get a big bag, loads of garam masala, and you've got the basis of your curry sauce. Now, Rogan Josh is very red, so we add extra paprika powder. So in Kashmir, what they used to do is they have these coxcomb flowers. Have you seen them? They're slightly fluffy-looking red flowers.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you dry them and grind them, you get that beautiful red sort of hue to the curries. You want that. So we need to just encourage, whenever hot oil hits spices, what it does is it draws the aromatic oils out of the spice.
Right.
So you need a little bit of that. You never throw spices into water or a tomato base. Always let them hit the hot oil just for a second.
Right, OK.
Just to get them really singing, because they're dormant until they hit hot oil.
Right.
OK, so, and you can smell that. You know, the smells of the spices are coming out.
Delicious.
Now, it's so simple. We put in... No, actually, let me finish making the sauce. Tomato. Whole tin of chopped tomatoes is fantastic. Because this is going to be a slow cook, we're going to put pretty much whole small potatoes in. The flourier, the better in a way, because we like them to slightly disintegrate and give everything a bit more body. OK, so we put the potatoes in, and there you've got the basis of your sauce. You then put in your lamb shanks. I'm going to put about 3 of them into this. So you need a deep pot. This is great in the oven. This is great in a slow cooker.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also fantastic on a hob because, you know, in my grandmother's kitchen, in a sort of ancestral Indian home, there are no ovens.
No.
We have no concept of an oven. That's why sort of baking is not something we do.
Not yeah,
Pastry
that makes
freaks
sense.
me out so much. OK, you get your shanks in, and we are going to cover it with water. So let me rinse the spoon. Heaven forbid I should waste any of this juice. And you then let that simmer on a nice low heat on your hob top. Can be for about an hour and a half. In the oven, it's about an hour and a half. And you end up with this. So I really want you to sort of, if you can see this with the camera.
Oh, look in there, look.
Now, what's so magical about this is that red kind of veneer on the top of the pan. So my father used to say when he made this dish, he said, you have to have enough oil in it so you can see your face in the golden mirror at the top. And that is when you know that a good curry is done. So you've got that beautiful golden
That's great until you spill
veneer.
it on your shirt, of course.
And then it's simply a matter of waiting until that meat falls off the bone. And can you see how those potatoes have disintegrated?
Yeah.
And that's because
You
in
sort of
India...
just let it do its thing, right?
And you'd eat it with your hands. I've got some crunchy bread that goes with it, but you mash that up with your fingers, tuck in.
Nisha, I've always said this about you. You should do this professionally. You should, right? It's a beaut. Thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you.
Love it, love it.